Right, there's some breaking transfer news, so we're going to go back to our chief correspondent, Carve Solokol in New Jersey for more. Carve, what can you tell us?
Yeah, this is a story that I've been working on this afternoon with one of my colleagues, Keith Downey, who has excellent contacts at Sunderland. And what we can tell you:
the Manchester football landscape is experiencing a period of profound transformation in the summer of 2026, with both local giants navigating pivotal junctures in their respective histories. At Old Trafford, a sense of cautious optimism has taken root as the club undergoes a meticulously planned structural and tactical reset. Meanwhile, just a few miles away at the Etihad Stadium, the reigning force of English football continues to flex its formidable muscles on the European stage, proving that their hunger for global dominance remains entirely unsated. Manchester United's ongoing squad overhaul has become the focal point of intense media scrutiny, particularly as head coach Michael Carrick establishes his tactical identity. Working in perfect tandem with sporting director Jason Wilcox, Carrick is determined to build a disciplined, dynamic side capable of returning to the pinnacle of domestic and European competition. Wilcox has been working tirelessly behind the scenes to streamline the roster, identifying key areas that require elite reinforcements to fully realize the manager's footballing philosophy. Central to United's summer blueprint is the desperate need for a world-class, transformative winger who can inject raw pace, creativity, and a clinical edge into Carrick's frontline. The Red Devils have been linked with virtually every elite attacker across the continent, with fans eagerly anticipating a marquee signing that would signal a true return to elite status. However, navigating the modern transfer market requires immense precision, and United's hierarchy has had to watch closely as their closest rivals set the gold standard for swift recruitment. The relative tranquility of the transfer window was completely shattered when renowned transfer expert Fabrizio Romano shook the footballing world with his trademark proclamation. Taking to social media with his iconic "Here we go" catchphrase, Romano confirmed that a monumental deal had been finalized right on United's doorstep. The breaking news sent shockwaves through the industry, shifting all eyes away from Old Trafford's rebuilding project and firmly onto a blockbuster piece of business completed at the Etihad. Manchester City has officially completed the high-profile signing of a sensational La Liga star player, securing one of the most electric and coveted wingers in world football. The Spanish top flight has served as the playground for this extraordinary talent, whose mesmerizing dribbling ability and phenomenal goal contribution metrics made him the absolute prize of the current window. City's hierarchy moved with characteristic efficiency to wrap up the deal, ensuring that the prodigy's next chapter will be written in the sky blue of Manchester. The financial package and swift execution of the transfer underscore City's unmatched pull and ruthless efficiency in the market, especially when identifying long-term successions for their attacking ranks. Having lost key figures in recent windows, the Etihad front office recognized a critical opportunity to inject fresh, world-class blood into their wide positions. By finalizing the paperwork ahead of their continental rivals, City has once again demonstrated why they remain an incredibly daunting hurdle for any aspiring title challenger. This monumental acquisition inevitably alters the competitive dynamic within the city, providing a stark reminder to Manchester United of the immense gap that still needs to be bridged. While Jason Wilcox and Michael Carrick continue to piece together a sustainable long-term project at Old Trafford, their neighbours have simply dropped a ready-made superstar into an already world-class machine. The signing serves as both a statement of intent to the rest of the Premier League and an immediate challenge to United's defensive planning for the upcoming campaign. Upon touching down in Manchester and arriving at the Etihad Stadium for his medical and media duties, the newly unveiled winger did not shy away from the immense drama that preceded his move. Speaking to club media and reporters, he exuded an aura of immense confidence, acknowledging the intense speculation that had dominated the back pages for months. He expressed profound delight at finally pulling on the shirt, marking the end of a multi-club tug-of-war that had captivated fans across Europe. In a series of incredibly candid remarks, the La Liga sensation openly addressed the concrete interest he received from Real Madrid, who had made a substantial push to keep him in Spain. Los Blancos had viewed the young forward as a perfect addition to their own star-studded ranks at the Santiago Bernabeu, utilizing their historical allure and presidential influence to try and sway his decision. For a long time, standard football consensus dictated that when the Spanish giants knock on a La Liga player's door, the answer is an automatic yes. However, the winger bravely revealed his specific, calculated Reasons for choosing Manchester City over the historic prestige of Real Madrid. He explained that while the allure of the Bernabeu is undeniably monumental, the footballing project presented to him in Manchester offered an unparalleled sporting vision that aligned perfectly with his personal ambitions. The opportunity to play in the Premier League, combined with City's modern approach to tactical dominance, proved to be an irresistible combination that outweighed traditional sentiment. Furthermore, the player highlighted the specific style of play established at the Etihad as the deciding factor in his high-stakes career choice. He emphasized that City's intricate, possession-heavy system is specifically tailored to maximize the output of creative wingers who thrive in one-on-one situations. The prospect of developing his game under world-class guidance and alongside some of the finest midfielders on the planet made the decision a purely sporting one, driven by a desire to reach the absolute peak of his technical potential. The fallout from this decision is bound to be felt deeply in Madrid, where missed transfer targets of this magnitude are an exceedingly rare occurrence. Real Madrid's management is unaccustomed to losing domestic prodigies to English clubs, and this defection represents a significant scouting and recruiting victory for the Manchester City board. By choosing the Premier League over the capital of Spain, the winger has signalled a shifting tide in how the world's finest young talents view the hierarchy of European football. Ultimately, this blockbuster transfer sets the stage for a fascinating season of contrast and high drama in the city of Manchester. While Michael Carrick's Manchester United must continue their disciplined journey of restoration under the watchful eye of Jason Wilcox, they will have to contend with a newly reinforced City juggernaut. Fabrizio Romano's definitive announcement has drawn the battle lines clearly, ensuring that the upcoming Manchester derbies will feature a thrilling new protagonist ready to leave his mark on English football history.
This video and subscribe.